there's one very important thing I need to get out of the way right now. Alright? Let me just 1 second here. Boy. Now we know what that means. Soon, a return. Chef Pierre. Now I say soon. But Chef Pierre episode 2 will be happening on the 15th of July, i.e., next Friday, not the one coming in like 3 days. Next Friday. Yes, I'm making. Nah, fuck it. I'll leave it as a surprise. Nothing too amazing, but Chef Pierre returning 15th of July, Friday, sometime in the early afternoon. Look for it like 2 or something. Cool. That was really the main and only thing of import to the channel that I really want to talk about. We've been having a good week. The last week of June was almost, in terms of analytics, almost as good as the entire month of June. So that was really good. The first week of July thus far has been also very, very good. We had a massive host yesterday, with 38 views, I think, from a guy called Bundy Lee, which was very, very good for us. That was nice. July's kicked off well. We're having a lot of fun. We've been playing Shell Shot Live, draw with your friends, golf with your friends, Jawful 2, amongst others. Lots of games where we get to play with followers, so that's good shit. Well, we keeping on with them. We played Chronicles RuneScape Legends yesterday, which was a card game by Jagex, the guys who made. I didn't think I'd enjoy it, but it was fun. It was fun. I enjoyed it a lot. We should be playing that again soonish. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything for the channel. But I was talking to a dear friend of the channel, Morrigan, and she suggested that for my vlog this week, I answer some questions. We were talking about doing a Q&A on one of the streams this week. A couple of people wanted to, or expressed an interest to have us answer questions, which, cool, that's nice. So I'm going to do that. Morrigan sent us in some questions on Twitter, so I'll set about to answer them, I think. So number 1, childhood games you used to play or wish could make a comeback. Right, so the one that immediately came to mind was what were they called? Beyblades. The infamous Beyblades, or as half the country would call them, Beyblades, which pronounce called Beyblades, Beyblades. I did not get on with them as a child. That was my very young grammar Nazi coming out back in the day already. That early, I was already pissed off at people saying Beyblades instead of Beyblades, like they should have done. Queen's English, incorrect. Anyway, yes, I remember I had a endurance Beyblade. It was the blue one, so it was the one that could spin for the longest. And I used to take pride in my sweet victories on the fucking whatever it's called. There used to be those little bowl-shaped arenas that you fucking let it rip into. Oh my god. Beyblades are fucking amazing. You get ones that light up, you get fake ones that are just really bad plastic and they would literally break when coming into contact with one of the more like metal and plasticky real ones. That was good shit. Didn't get what's it called, banned at our school like Pokemon Yu-Gi-Oh did, but a lot of Beyblades were confiscated. I remember during break time and lunchtime because teachers were like, "Oh my god, it's the thing that kids love. What can we do to stop them playing with them?" Oh, I know. We'll take all their kids' fucking Beyblades away from them. That'll be popular and fair and something that the kids will definitely love us for. We didn't. We hated them. It was stupid. All stories to do with Yu-Gi-Oh or Pokemon. I feel like I told my main one. I'm not going to repeat it. It was basically the story of how I went from being a small town school person to becoming the Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon Juglord mob boss at my school. Ran a black market of Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon trade, mainly Yu-Gi-Oh. Um, hmm. Tough. I don't know if I have any interesting ones, or just normal. I guess I could expand on the funniest bit of the one I told on the stream. Right. So one day, this was during my sort of rise to the top, of the Yu-Gi-Oh trade black market. I was in about year four. So for anyone who's not English, year four is 8 years old, and I went up with a couple of my friends, bodyguards, associates, suppliers, just I went up to the year six play area, and these kids were 10. These kids were the oldest kids in the school. Now you can imagine the year sixes had their own like playground, so you can imagine the split in authority between the year sixes and everyone else. It's like being in the last year of high school and having to interact with the year sevens, right? Like the new kids. So I went up there with two of my friends. We were really nervous, right? As you'd expect, we were young kids going up to the big kids playground. Walked up there. The first thing that happened as I reached the top of the steps is one of the sixes put their leg out, tripped me over. The entire stack of cards I had on me, done up by a rubber band, just went flying. They went everywhere. None of them were shiny. I think I might have had one shiny. It was Red Eyes Black Dragon from like the Joey starter deck or some bullshit. And they all went flying. There was a huge scramble. Like 100 fucking kids just ran in, like basically on top of me. It was Game of Thrones spoilers. If you don't want to hear this, then this is spoilers for episode 9 of season 6. Then I give you much notice right now to mute yourself. I'll put down my hand. This is the spoiler hand. I'll put this down when I start speaking. So mute now. You got 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. So it was like when Jon Snow was getting crushed by all those people in episode 9. And he had to like climb up, get out to breathe. It was like that. But it was a load of kids with Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and they all just like they took all my Yu-Gi-Oh cards. They took all of them. All my like, it was sort of like an ambassador, a sign of peace. I wanted to make peace with the year sixes. So I went up there with my Yu-Gi-Oh cards in an effort to trade them. I was going to give them really good trades. I was going to get. It was going to be amazing. I was going to make fucking year 3, 4, 5 to year 6 relations happen. I was gonna be the guy that made them all come together. I got fucking tripped over and they stole all my cards. Oh, I've still talking my Game of Thrones now. You're good to go. I forgot to take my hand down. Um, and then shortly after, I think that was the last day of the school week or something. The week after, we all came back in for assembly. That's where like all the kids in the school sit in a hall and listen to teachers chat shit about stuff. The head teacher or the headmistress, sorry, the headmaster, whatever you call it, wherever you're from, came up to the front of the hall, and he said, "Right, we're all very aware of the incident that happened in the Year Six playground last week, and me and the teaching staff have taken it upon ourselves to ban Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon and any other trading card games from the school. We hope this will stop any sort of incident like this happening again." And every single student in that hall just went and stared straight at me like it was somehow my fault that I'd been tripped up and had all my Yu-Gi-Oh cards stolen by a bunch of older kids. I don't know. I don't know how it happened, but surprisingly, I wasn't hating for that long. Actually, people kind of forgot because that's when the black market trade of Yu-Gi-Oh cards really kicked off. That's when I reached my pinnacle. That's when I became the under the gazebo, under the fucking table trader of Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So people kind of forgot that it was me that caused the initial ban because I then became. I fucking Boris Johnson that shit. I waited for my opportunity and I went in. And I fucking took it. You know what I'm saying? Good shit. Up next, any cheeky college stories. Cheeky college stories. I wasn't like I'm not. That's got like a winky smiley after it, so not that kind of cheek. because I'm not that kind of person. But I do have a couple that I would count as cheat. They involve me just kind of being a cunt though, but for good reason. The number one is I was so basically I dropped out of high school for reasons, valid reasons, and so I came away from high school with two, four, three GCSEs. I got a C in maths, B in science, and a B in IT. So I wanted to, when I got a bit older, after I'd had my period of not being in school anymore, I wanted to re-enroll at a college to get my English and maths, well, to get my English GCSE and to do better in maths. Because I was an A student when I was in high school. I didn't want to just settle for B's and C's. But things happen. So I went to college with the purpose of getting my GCSEs. But in order to do that, they wouldn't just let you do GCSEs. We had to do a level 2 foundation course on maths and English alongside a BTEC course. So I thought, okay, well, this college is the only college within miles that's going to set me because of my enhanced age, shall we say. I was 18 at the time, I think, and it was a 16 to 25 college or something. So I enrolled in the Film and TV Level 3 course, which is basically A-level equivalent. Or for anyone else that isn't English, it's basically the thing you do after high school between then and university. We call it sixth form. It's basically the equivalent to that, but it's focused on a more vocational type route. So it's work skills, basically. So I did a film and television BTEC. It's basically shit A-levels. Shit A-levels, that's all it is. And alongside that, I did a foundation maths and English thing, which I did really quickly, and they moved me on to the actual GCSE qualification shortly after. So one day, I was in GCSE English, right? And I'm good at English. I've been at university level English for a while, like since before I enrolled at college, anyway. So all the stuff that was being taught there was GCSE English, stuff that you would learn when you were, like between 11 and 16. So I was past that level quite significantly. And we had a teacher who I knew for a fact was really bad. She didn't know what she was doing. And I was kind of the only one one of the few in the class that had a really good understanding of English. Like a lot of people were either foreigners who didn't speak English as their first language, or people that had just not got on well with English. So one day, this teacher came up to the front of the class and he was teaching us about fact and opinion, which is like incredibly basic. That's fine, whatever. One of the first things she said was, so when someone has an opinion, that opinion is a fact. And I immediately I wasn't really listening, and I heard that, and I sort of went, what? Like I straight up just out loud to her just said, what? And she said, yeah, when someone has an opinion in their head, it's a fact. And I said, hang on. So you're saying that if my opinion is that I like cake, the fact that the opinion that I like cake is now a fact. Yeah. Right. So what's the point in having an opinion in fact if an opinion can be a fact? And then so this argument went on for about half an hour. Making me angry. And I had to explain to this teacher that a fact is that the United Kingdom is made up of the four countries made up of, etc., etc., or that fucking London is the capital of England. Fact. Opinion, I like cake. I like cake is not a fact. It's my opinion. It's not a fact in my head either. It's still my opinion. Half an hour. All the kids eventually sided with me. It was good. Number one, cheeky college story. That's quite cheeky, I guess. It's kind of rude to do that, but some people believed her, so I had to stop that from happening. Okay, number two. Even more cunty than that one. I got a teacher fired, along with a few associates of mine, good friends, guys named Alex and Charlie, still friends and good shit. Um, her name, I won't say her name. She was a teacher that came in after a really, really, really good teacher and a friend of mine now left the school. She left to bigger and better things, basically. She's now a deputy head teacher of a really, really prestigious school in Southeast. Anyway, so we had this teacher come in. This is the one, for people that know the story or have heard me say on stream, referred to Dylan, or when she saw Dylan, she'd go, "Hello, Mr. Dylan." This is her. So she was also really bad. We had an argument about what surrealism was for about half an hour in the middle of class. This was in the film and TV section, though, and it's pretty much the same argument as the one we just had with the English teacher. It was oh god, this is more annoying. Oh, that Jesus. Okay, but it culminated in me and these two other guys just saying, going up to the, our tutor, who was sort of the head of the. He was basically a high level person in that school. We went up to her and said, "Look, this teacher is really bad. She is just next level bad. You know, we need to talk about this because we really want to come away from this with good grades, and we just simply will not get them. You know, we will not get them if she's still here. It just won't happen." And it culminated eventually, finally, with her getting fired, which was good shit. So that's a cheeky college story. What next? Would you be interested in challenge videos on YouTube or stream? I don't know. It's an interesting question. Challenge videos is in like YouTube tagging, that kind of stuff, or do you mean challenge videos in what's it called? Like the fucking cinnamon challenge. I don't know. Yes. I'm doing this live, by the way. I thought it'd be interesting. I don't know. I've never been too keen on challenge videos. I don't know why. I just always not got on too well with them. The idea of them in general, you know. I'll talk to Sasha about it though. We could do something with it. It might be fun. And last one. Your biggest regret in life so far? That's quite deep. I haven't got that many regrets, honestly. I'm quite happy with how things have turned out. In general, it's been a strange road getting here, but in hindsight, I probably wouldn't change anything. I don't know. It'll just be stuff like kind of cliche stuff, like not telling that girl how I felt, you know. I don't really have any. There are a lot of circumstances that were tricky, and that could be argued I could have handled better. But then the whole but I was like 12, so I was a kid and didn't know what I was doing kind of thing happens. So I can't really call them regrets because I just wasn't old enough to know how to handle the situation. I just couldn't possibly be equipped with what I needed to handle that situation better. So I can't say I regret them. If the things that I'm thinking of happen now, I'd regret them. But nah, I'll cut myself some slack. So no, basically no regrets really that I can think of right now. Maybe there is. There probably is. Everyone's got regrets. It's yeah, I can't think of anything. And that's it. Thank you, Morgan, for all the questions. I did this live. I don't know why really. I just felt like doing it, and I'm gonna rip it from Twitch as an experiment. So yeah, that was a good vlog. I think 20 minutes almost. Jesus, these are getting longer and longer. I'm so sorry. It's terrible. But yeah, that'll do it. No mistakes. That's why I went live. to see if I could do it in one take with no mistakes. And I did. Kind of. Cool. Alright. So we'll see you guys for the next one. Bye-bye all.